Yo, 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 yo. Please let me know if the audio is okay. I'm noticing at the very start of the stream, the audio is a little weird. So just give me a one as you come into the building, into the stream to let me know that the audio is okay. Also, please let me know if the visuals are okay. Okay, we got good sound. All right. Now, next thing we need to do is we need to hit the like button as soon as we come in the stream because I'm seeing in real time the more likes we get, the more people they share, YouTube shares the stream out to. And guess what? The more people get to come here with and watch this with you, and we get some really interesting feedback. Let me like this instant real quick. I'm doing these night streams because man, they're just way more relaxing. So we're gonna be here at night for the time being. Is good. We get to set the mood. I have less distractions, with kids, family, etc. Sorry about being late. I got some bad news. One of my uncles, really good guy, he passed away yesterday. I didn't find out until a few minutes ago. Go figure. But he lived a good life. He was a good guy. Have nothing but good things to say about him. And I wish him the best uh, wherever he is at or wherever he's going. Death can't be the end. I like to believe death is only the beginning. And, that's on period, as these hoochies say. Listen, we have a goal that we're trying to hit today, 10 contributions of $5 or more. If you contribute like CLR just did, I'm going to write your name. I'm going to write your name here. So each contribution will enter you into my raffle. My birthday is coming up on July 25th. That's a little bit over a month or about 2 months away. On my birthday, I'm going to do a raffle to give back to all the people who support my stream. So from now until then, I will be writing down the names of everybody who contributes at least $5. You will be entered to win whatever the raffle prize is. And it's going to be something really good. I give good gifts. Here's my notebook. So if you guys are leaving contributions, I'll be writing your names down. I'll have a list of names. I'll put a mark next to your name every time you contribute to the stream. Got you, sticks and stones. Let me put you here. And let me tell you what's dope. I'm very much planning to be in Africa for my birthday. So your gift will be something really nice. Sticks and stones, you was with me in Kenya, right? So I'm thinking about gifting whoever contributes to the stream, the winner. I'll probably get one of those custom leather backpacks made, the dope ones, and just gift that to somebody in the audience. My bro had one made, dope as hell. Sticks and Stones had one made, amazing. I love it. I'm getting me one next time I go to Kenya. And so I'll get you. Yes, sir. So the winner of the raffle, you're basically going to win a custom made backpack. And that joint is dope as hell. Leather, real, straight from the motherland. We're going straight to the factory, watching it get made custom. Okay, so just know that when you contribute, something's coming back. So far I got CLR and Sticks and Stones, both with one mark next to their name. They'll be entered into the raffle one time. MJ, you lead that contribution. I got you written down too. So I'm writing names down. Okay, so guys, listen, here's the crazy thing. It's late. I was going to talk about something else, but I just got wind that this no good, wiggly knee, Mr. Bojangles looking Negro, Tariq Nasheed, is now on the warpath trying to attack one of the first I think the first black governor in the history of our country, Wes Moore. He is the governor of the Black Mecca, as they call it, home of the famous PG County, where everybody says black people is rich and the streets are paved with gold. Tariq Nasheed is now attacking Westmore because Westmore vetoed a reparations bill. Now, let that sink in. Tariq had nothing to say about the no good California politicians who literally blocked a vote on the reparations bill in California. They wrote the bill, then turned around and blocked the bill in California. Tariq says nothing. But when Westmore blocks or vetoes the reparations bill in Maryland, all of a sudden, Tariq got some bro making videos about it, calling bro a tether, all this stuff. And I just can't take it. I literally cannot stand the arbitrary, selective nature of Negroes. When the black representative in California, representatives plural, wrote up a reparations bill, then at the request of Gavin Newsom, refused to even let the bill go up, their own bill. They refused to let their own bill go up, even go up for a vote. Tariq said nothing. Now, Westmore, he blocks the reparations bill. He didn't write the reparations bill. He was never in agreement with the reparations bill. But now, all of a sudden, he's getting attacked. He's getting attacked because Tariq is mad about what somebody doing in another state, but wasn't mad, did not have that same energy when the politicians, the black politicians in his own state, blocked their own bill from a vote. As a matter of fact, a white congressman, Bill Asili, he's a Republican, he actually was the only person to motion for the vote on reparations. And if he had got a second supporting motion from just one other Congress member in California, that would have forced a reparations bill vote. And all those black people sitting up in the Congress of California, not a single one of them, not a single one of these no good bamboozling Negroes motioned in conjunction with Bill Asili so that it could force the California Congress to make good on their claim that they support reparations. Tariq was radio silent. Tariq was radio silent. Said absolutely nothing at all about what happened with that damn reparations bill. Now I am looking because when Westmore blocked this bill, Tariq basically went on a rampage. He made a whole video about Westmore blocking this damn bill. And for some reason, I cannot. Hey, Hakeem, I think Hakeem is in the building. Hakeem, if you're in the building, can you send me that Westmore video that Tariq made? The one he made about the Maryland governor. But what I want to point out is another thing I want to point out is how these people literally tell me that Maryland is somehow the black Mecca and we don't flee. We stay in places like Maryland and we fight against white supremacy and yada, yada. You know, it's the same old crap. But what I'm seeing is in a place where there are probably even more black people than in California, black folks still ain't getting no reparations. So my question to you is, what are you going to do Are you going to take the path of ignorance and degeneracy with Tariq Nasheed sitting up pretending to fight for something that is never, ever, ever going to happen? Or are you going to start being mature adults and start actually going to the places where politics are handled and making moves that will secure a brighter economic future for African American people in this country? Because everyone is doing it except us. Everyone is literally going to see what they can work with Donald Trump to get. And they are coming home like kids at a Christmas giveaway with all the things that Donald Trump is giving them. But the main bulk of the ignorant African American group is still dying on the hill of reparations in service of a party who has basically promised that they won't even give reparations. So out of one side of his neck, the black man in America and woman is saying Donald Trump is a racist. He won't give reparations because he's a racist. We need to reelect the Democrat, put them back in power, while knowing that Democrats have already said that they would never do anything specifically for black people. If you don't believe me, go look up that statement made by yours truly, soul sister number one herself, Kamala Harris. So right now, you know the famous trick bag that Black America speaks of? Remember that word, trick bag, trick bag? We find a word we like and we just keep repeating it. Right now, Tariq is the one who got y'all in a trick bag because he has y'all dying on the hill of reparations that he's not even fighting for. He got y'all looking left while everything is happening on the right. While he digging in your pocket, taking everything he could get. And if you think I'm lying, show me what's the itinerary? Where are the plans for reparations going forward? Please tell me. I'm just being real with you. Show me where's the plan? Where's the agenda? Where is this strategy or the outline of how you're about to get reparations? By attacking the governor of Maryland? And then I saw somebody in the comments, oh, Wes Moore said his studying wasn't good enough. What if you believe Wes Moore about to sign a bill for reparations for you? You are dumb as hell. That boy ain't about to risk his reelection to try to give you a handout. You don't need a handout. You're constantly bragging about how PG County is so rich. Why do a bunch of rich Negroes need a handout? That's my question. But it's always this doublespeak. It's always this this double narrative, this dual narrative, this narrative that's steeped and rooted in cognitive dissonance, where black folks is claiming they rich in PG County while simultaneously claiming they need a handout. Which one is it, Daniel Beverly? The main person who gets on here talking about how rich black folks is in PG County? Which one is it? Either y'all rich as hell and don't need the white man for nothing, or y'all poor, y'all struggling, y'all ignorant, and y'all need some government assistance on top of the government assistance that they're already giving you. Let's tap into this video so we could listen to Tariq Aloysius Nasheed be even more ridiculous and hypocritical than he normally is.
Yes.
What's up, Truth?
Yeah, I mean, I'm listening in. I don't disagree with anything you're saying.
Okay. So what's on your mind?
I think the FBA blacks should actually take a stand that's worthwhile, right? And not see the people that aren't so anti-black as enemies. You know what I mean?
I don't quite know what you mean. I don't quite know what you mean.
I mean, there's specific threats on both sides of the aisle, whether black or not. is my point of contention, right? We're seeing a political shift in the minds of the people. I'm a fan of basketball from the United States.
I was in the Maldives. Was it this one? That's the main city. We had to go there because I was
Istanbul.
Yeah.
Sure.
The beautiful.
Why'd you have to go there?
Actually, we were going to go to Paris. I was over in the Maldives, and this was around COVID was still popping, and then Paris, they banned flights from coming in from the Maldives because of COVID. So I couldn't go to Britain because I'm banned in Britain. So I had to go to Turkey.
You're banned in Britain?
Yeah.
What the f is that? Why is that?
Yeah.
Why is that the case?
Yeah, they banned me for, about 5 years ago.
They don't ban the Muslims, dude, right? Like, you want to talk about something Muslim-wise.
Right.
They don't really ban the Muslims, so they're not banning you. Why are they banning you?
Because they kind of have a thing. They think I'm a little bit too influential and I talk too black. So they think I might rile.
You're too FBA for them, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they think I'm going to rile the people up over there.
See, and this is what I want you guys to notice about Tariq. Tariq is brotherly with anyone who agrees with his bullshit. He's not operating based on color. See, the only language Tariq speaks is grifter. If you come in as an apologist for his grift and his con, he'll be cool with you. But if you come in pointing out the gaping holes in his logic, his reasoning, and in his scam, you're an enemy no matter what color you are. I don't understand how these foundational Black Americans, how you guys let this guy rest on blackness when really Tariq is willing to sell you out to the highest bidder at any time based on who's offering him a bag. That's it. Oh, you got good. I'm glad you got the freaking timestamps. Because believe it or not, I don't watch Tariq Nasheed. I don't watch nothing he does. You guys give me, like, you guys will tell me, oh, he talked about this, then I'll go try to find where he's talking about this stuff. But I honestly don't even see how an adult could listen to this guy for more than 2 seconds without being like, this dude is a scam artist. We're going to listen to this guy talk about Governor Westmore.
Secretly relish that shit. We got to be very honest. Speaking of tethers, Maryland mayor, not mayor, what am I saying?
Maryland mayor.
He's the only, quote, Black governor that we have right now in the country, which means nothing, by the way, but the only Black.
See, so the only Black governor means nothing. See, he has to minimize people. He has to say, oh, look, what this person is doing is no big deal. Well, Tariq, this man has successfully become governor of an entire state in the United States. Tariq, you have failed at every single thing you have attempted to do other than scam African-American people out of their money. That's what I don't understand. You're steady minimizing someone else's accomplishments, but you really haven't accomplished anything other than stealing Black people money and then running back to brag about it to your white friends. Please stop. Please stop. I can't stand that. I'm not the smartest man in the world. There's a lot of people I don't agree with. But just because I don't agree with them does not mean I'm going to try to discredit them or minimize their accomplishments. Governor Westmore is a great man. He's accomplished a lot of great things. And the most important thing is he is giving you some representation in a space where traditionally you don't have any representation. Do you know how powerful governors are in America? If something went down racially, like there was like a race war or something like that, God forbid, Do you realize that Wes Moore, with the power that is bestowed upon him as governor of Maryland, he would be one of the only governors who would probably be willing to say, okay, black folks, come here. We're going to make this a sanctuary area for you, and so that you could be protected from whatever is going on outside of this state. Sometimes you got to know who to talk shit on and know who maybe you should keep your mouth shut about. Because at this point, Tariq has nothing to offer you, but wants to disparage and talk down on somebody who you don't even know what they're willing to do on your behalf. I'm not giving away that potential ally so I could be down with Tariq, a Negro sitting in his basement while his white mother-in-law baked cookies upstairs. We got to stop being ignorant at some point. Tariq Nasheed, if Tariq died tomorrow, there wouldn't even be a mention of this fool in any newspaper in America. None at all. Maybe some FBAs might talk about him on their channel. Now, if Wes Moore died tomorrow, it's going to be a military funeral. They're going to be shooting off rifles in the air for this fool. It's going to be a procession with limos and all that for him. That's what's going to go on. Stop sitting up listening to somebody who has made it a point to let you know that they are not your leader. Listen to me. Let me put a battery in your back. But I am not your leader, therefore you cannot hold me accountable for whatever the results of your actions may be. Damn that. You trying to bamboozle. At least Wes Moore can stand up and be a man. Wes Moore standing in his house, he got a picture of Frederick Douglass in the back. I don't know who this Mexican lady is. He's repping the culture. All I see Tariq repping is white Jewish rich dudes when he was at the sitting at tables while black folks were sitting on kiddie stools at the grand opening of the Hidden Hustle Lounge. All I see Tariq repping is his white publicist. He's so blackety black, but got a white publicist. An Asian lawyer. Except for the lawyer he used when he tried to sue me, which was a gay black dude who he was hugged up with in the hallway. Sometimes you gotta pick the winning side. Sometimes you gotta pick the winning team. But it's something about black people. We just love following behind perpetual losers. We love following behind perpetual losers. I did. Bro, I took a video, Africulture, when he was hugged up with the lawyer and they was having a lover's spat. Bro, listen, I took a video of it. We got in the courtroom. I put this on my daughter's life. We got in the courtroom. This little sassafras, Your Honor, he was in the hallway recording. See, he's always breaking the law, verbatim. He's always breaking the law. He was in the hallway recording. Can you please take his phone? He was recording me and my attorney. The bailiff came, took my phone, made me unlock the phone, went in my phone, deleted the video, and made me delete the trash right in front of him. As God is my witness. I'm telling y'all think this dude is some strong, tough, power to the people. Tariq is a whole bitch in front of white people. That dude literally knew I caught him. And he went to that white woman and, Your Honor, he was recording, just snitching. I said, this fool, man, listen, man. This dude literally made the bailiff, had the judge make the bailiff delete the video. I promise you. It's undeniable. Hook that fool up to a lie detector if he tell you it's a lie. Tariq, pretty Flacco, Tariq can't fight, bro. Bro got a fucked up leg. I can't show the. I got a whole little thing I play called Mr. Bojangles. Bro's body is all jacked up. Like he can't fight nobody. Like for real. That's why I was clowning. What's his name? Morris World TV. Like, bro, you got slapped up by a disabled nigga with a leg that looked like it's about to snap in half. Somebody send me that $20 Cash App or Super Chat. I'll definitely play some Bojangles. That's the price. Because whenever I play that shit, my video instantly gets demonetized. Send a $20 Super Chat. You get to look at Tariq leg while Bojangles plays in the background. Look, that's the price. But anyway, so sometimes you just got to take the winning side. I don't have a SoundCloud. What? You mean from the cloud, iCloud? I don't have iCloud. And if you want to retrieve it in Google Photos, you have to it has to be backed up. But if you go in those like court buildings, the Wi-Fi is messed up. I think they use signal jammers up in there. So you can't get on Wi-Fi or nothing. Your signal is like gone. Bro, believe me, I wanted it. I lied and everything. That's one of the reasons why my ass got 2 phones now. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, I damn near, listen, y'all, I damn near want to jump up and run out the courtroom. My lawyer was like, you can't do that. I was like, let me just jump up and run out and act like I gotta vomit. He was like, you can't. He was like, if you run out, they gonna rule in his favor. I was like, damn. But anyway, because I almost lost my Second Amendment rights over that shit and my First Amendment, so I had to stay. But anyway, so hey, grandson Nelson Jones, the Almighty and Lush video is coming up tomorrow. That's coming up tomorrow, first thing in the morning. I'm cooking on that tomorrow morning. So if y'all come here for no jumper shit, first thing in the morning, I got a video coming for that. Okay. So anyway, Governor Westmore, he's hating.
Governor that we have, Westmore, he just vetoed a bill for reparations for the state. They were going to put together a task force for reparations. He vetoed that. So yeah, he was like, oh no, we're going to focus on something else. So that's that Pan-African coalition, right? Listen, there's a reason why they get these non-FBA tethers.
So Tariq, I got another video where Tariq is denouncing Pan-Africanism. I'm actually going to play that video too. So he says, there goes that Pan-African coalition. But this channel is a channel for intelligent people who think, okay? We're not dummies. We the ones who went to school and got good grades. We can think. We think in black folk and whoever else is in here. We're thinking people. Why would anyone want to continue going through the damn pony show of these reparations task force? California did a reparations task force. I think Illinois did a reparations task force. And several other states around the country, and even cities, did reparation task force. What came of that? What came of that? So now, all these white folks, all these FBA folks, then started reparations task force, and ultimately they came with a finding, and the states rejected the bill, or the black folks wouldn't even vote on their own bill. Tariq says nothing about them. They not Coons, Uncle Tom, Sambos, none of that. Westmore vetoes not a bill for reparations, but another meaningless bill to waste money creating another meaningless reparations task force. And all of a sudden, see, I told y'all Pan-African, listen, Pan-African people are telling you to do the work, to build your own, do for self. That has always been the message of Pan-Africanism. Even during the days of Marcus Garvey, Pan-Africans were speaking about doing for self. So what Tariq has a problem with is not the fact that the bill got vetoed by this guy who may not be of Jamaican descent. What Tariq has a problem with is Wes Moore's actions move Black people's eyes, ears, and mind away from this idea of sitting around waiting for a handout. See, the guy, let me tell you this. This is a true story. I have a friend who is a Nigerian, right? And y'all might not notice about Africa, but for many, many decades, Africans, when they would take a dump, they will wipe their ass with newspaper. You guys had a newspaper before. This might be foreign to some of y'all. So for decades, Africans used to wipe their ass with newspaper. Europeans used to do the same thing until toilet paper was invented. So her grandfather was the newspaper salesman in the village. So people would literally get the newspaper. Most grown men every day, they would get the newspaper. They would sit down, have a coffee, read the newspaper like anywhere else in the world. And then the newspaper would go in a pile that would then be used for when you would go to the bathroom and do number two, right? Her grandfather went to the main city, picked these newspapers up every day, brought them to the village, and would sell the newspapers. There was a man who came back to that village who had been living in Europe. One of the things the man brought to that village was toilet paper, right? Toilet paper, the soft stuff, Charmin, wipe your ass. That man brought a bunch of toilet paper. He had a market in the village, and he began to sell this toilet paper at the market in the village. This girl told me that her grandfather tried to go to this village council to get this man banned from the village so that man could not sell toilet tissue to the people of that village, because the man selling toilet paper was a threat to him and his newspaper business, because some people just bought the newspaper to have something to wipe their butt with, right? This is what Tariq is doing. Tariq Nasheed understands that do for self is really the only thing that works. How do I know this? Because Tariq does for himself. See, Tariq lets you guys wait and hope for reparations. But while he lets you guys wait for reparations, he's taxing your pockets so that he can afford a life of luxury. So he could roll around in this old ass Bentley. He can pay the mortgage on his big old house in a white neighborhood. Ain't no Black people living around Tariq. He could buy them cheap ass suits he be wearing that look like they got stitched up at the garment district. And he could fly his family to the Maldives and Paris and all these places. Understand that, right? See, you notice his trip came during the time of COVID. You know what else came during the time of COVID? The Hidden Hustle Museum. So when Tariq was telling that story at the beginning, he was just telling y'all, yeah, that money y'all sent me for the Hidden History Museum, that alleged $2.8 million. Oh, yeah, I was using y'all money to go on vacation to Paris. Who lives in Paris? White folk. So if you go to Paris, who you giving your money to? I'll let y'all answer that. If you go to Paris, who are you giving your money to? And this boy was mad that they blocked flights to Paris during COVID. This man took Black dollars. Imagine that. He took Black dollars and used those dollars to go on a luxury vacation to Paris. Make that make sense. Now, this Tariq is doing the same thing as that African dude who was trying to get the toilet paper salesman banned so he could continue to sell people newspapers to wipe their ass. Now, anybody on earth know that wiping your butt with a newspaper is not going to be as effective or sanitary as wiping your ass with some tissue, right? Also, it's not soft at all. It's actually very rough. It might even cut you or sever your booty hole, okay? So when the person went to get the toilet paper salesman removed, that man was being totally selfish and inconsiderate of the people who would continue to sever their booty hole by wiping their butt with newspaper if he got the toilet paper salesman banned. Understand that. Understand that. Okay? Now, listen. Tariq knows that the only true path to economic empowerment is to do for self. I see that moron talking about Paris is in the UK and he's spelling band like Band-Aid. You're an idiot, Infamous. I usually don't talk about people, but you are just dumb. I'm gonna leave that up there for a while so you can see how stupid you are. But anyway, so Tariq is the same way. Tariq understands the only way to true economic empowerment is basically to build your own and do for self. Why doesn't he want that for you? He does it in his personal life. He does it in his personal life. But when it comes to our community, his message is totally opposite of that. Tariq is literally anti do for self. Tariq is totally anti self-sustainability, communally speaking. But when it's his personal life, Tariq don't even want to work for nobody else because he don't want nobody to be in control of his money. Think about that. Let that sink in. When someone is telling you that what you need is something different than what they're doing for themselves on a personal level, that's when your spidey senses should start tingling. Understand that. Aw, Long Beach stand up, facts. That's when your spidey senses should start tingling. Wait a minute. Why is do for self, self-reliance, and economic empowerment good enough for you and your family, but you're telling me and my family to keep giving you money while we wait for the white man to give us reparations? And if you come to that realization, people like Tariq will no longer have power over you. That's why Tariq hates Pan-Africanism, because we as Garveyites follow the path of Marcus Garvey. And if you look at Marcus Garvey, he was a man who led by example. If you ever knew anything, if you don't know nothing about Marcus Garvey, know this. Marcus Garvey had his own restaurant chains. Marcus Garvey had his own grocery store chains, not one. Chains. Marcus Garvey had his own printing shops. He started his own newspaper. Marcus Garvey had his own army. He had his own nursing corps. He even had an air force. And he was working on building a navy. Marcus Garvey, one of the forebears of Pan-Africanists today, he was an example. He was the living embodiment of do for self. So anyone who is against the idea of Black self-reliance, Black empowerment through our own work and effort, they must hate Pan-Africanism. They must hate Marcus Garvey. And they must hate any Black man or woman who has pulled themselves up by the bootstraps, worked their ass off to achieve the goals that they set for themselves. He needs you to stay dependent. He needs you to keep expecting the white man to give you reparations. The same way Martin Luther King told you that the number one goal of Black existence should be this idea that we need to be equal to white folks. Just like Martin Luther King told you that sitting up in a store eating a sandwich sitting next to Sally Sue was worth getting your ass bit by a dog, beat, shot with water hoses and guns, and potentially killed. The same way Tariq Nasheed is telling you that your number one goal in life, the number one purpose for your existence, is to beg this white man to give you reparations. Yeah, you don't do nothing for yourself. You should expect him to give to you. What does Buddha say? Buddha says the expectation is the root of all suffering. Expectation is the root of all suffering. And now you understand why FBA and people who identify as FBA, most of them are so damn miserable all the time. These people never have anything good to say about anybody. They are literally in hell. They are in purgatory, which is worse than hell. Because, purgatory, speaking from a biblical sense or Catholic sense, because the Bible don't say nothing about no damn purgatory. But purgatory is where you are between heaven and hell. I mean, damn, if you go to hell, at least you know, okay, I'm in hell. I'm getting my ass singed. Okay, if I'm in heaven, I'm happy. But imagine being in purgatory, not knowing whether you're going to go to heaven or hell, figuratively speaking. That's a form of torture in itself. That's a form of suffering in itself. And that is exactly where Tariq Aloysius, Wiggly Knees Nasheed has FBA. FBA are our brothers and sisters. I mean, shit, for me, technically, if I ascribe to that nonsense, I would be FBA. But imagine the pain I feel seeing my people hopelessly lost, hopelessly engulfed in a mindset of suffering, hopelessly programmed and brainwashed on a mindset of scarcity and expectation. It's sad. It's sad. I didn't lose no court case. I won my court case. I don't know what your mama told you when she was standing on Figueroa. She get her a regular phone, get her off that Boost Mobile. Maybe you can hear clearly. Hey, I beat Tariq's ass in court, and he admitted that in the video. Yeah, family, but we got everything documented though. But you lost, bitch. That's what happened. Anyway, go run and tell that. Anyway, so this hurts me because I gotta sit and watch while other groups get everything they want from Donald Trump just to spite the Democrats. And the Democratic Party got the majority of us, about 95% of us, sitting up with our arms folded, with our bottom lip out. I don't want nothing. If it don't come from Democrats, I don't want nothing. And then Tariq Nasheed and the rest of the con artists, Boyce Watkins, what's that Tulsa real estate nigga, Jay Morrison, the little 10% that's left that aren't hopelessly brainwashed by Democrats, they all split up following behind different con artists. Think about that. Black America is like almost 100% brainwashed behind the teachings of some damn con artist. Let's be real. Let's be real. And when you try to talk to them about it and try to help them see the light, all they do is crack jokes and make insults. Shout out to you, Mike Larry. Let me write you down, Mike. I'm gonna check and see if it's $5 later or more later. But I'm gonna write you down for that raffle. All right, you're written down. But anyway, literally, we're so divided already. And then Tariq adds insult to injury because he's like, preaching more divisiveness. Now we all divided, right? Now we got to start doing the work of the white supremacists. which is we got to start tearing down individual black men who have achieved something. Who needs white supremacists when you got Tariq Nasheed to tear down every black man who's accomplished something for them? That's why y'all don't understand. Y'all got to understand. Y'all got to be wise, right? You got to be wise. What does Nietzsche say? What does Nietzsche say? If you FBA, if y'all so smart, what does Nietzsche say? Friedrich Nietzsche. What do you say about beware of when you fighting monsters? I'll put in the comments for you. I'll put in the comments for you. And Infamous, you could come up here if you think you got a good case against what I'm saying. We'll put Nietzsche right here in the comments. Boom. Beware that when fighting monsters, you yourself do not become a monster. For when you gaze long into the abyss gazes also into you. Friedrich Nietzsche. We have literally, as Black Americans, we have fought white supremacy so hard and so long that we've become white supremacy. Because it ain't no white people tearing down Westmore. It ain't no white people going at Westmore. It's Negroes. Literally. Infamous, you talking about some quote. I'm going to give you the link to come up, man. It's pasted in the comments. Because you're saying that I said something. There's no context to this. This is if Tariq I can look, you can't even write. If Tariq I can make money off the black community, why can't I? I probably did say that. I listen, let's say I did say it. So y'all giving y'all money to Tariq to steal from y'all. If I take money from you, at least you're getting something in return. Because if I take money, it's based on something that I could give you. If Tariq takes your money, he ain't giving you shit. It's based on a wish. Give me your money and let's win. How much money have you collected from the Hidden History Hustle Lounge and Liquor Store? Not a fucking dime. But you gave your money to it like a dumbass. I made 30 black people landowners in Africa, and they all scattered across Africa and doing their own thing. The land is still there, though. It's still there. I still pay people to watch over it. Their fences are still up, marking off their acres. I'm doing what I said I was going to do, and I didn't make no money off of that. So shut the hell up, dude. These weak-ass stories. Anyway, let's get back to this video, and then we're going to go to the other video where Tariq is bashing Pan-Africanism.
The white supremacists know what they're doing. They know how to elevate these people, and they do it for a reason. They do it for a reason. They know
the white supremacists know what they're doing. They elevate these people, and they do it for a reason. Westmore elevated himself. He worked hard. He did work in his community, Tariq, something you don't know nothing about. He gained a following, and he ran for governor, and he won. Makes sense. He's in a state with a huge black population. They know what they're doing. It's always they. Who is they? Name some names, nigga. Point them out. It's always they, this mysterious they. They. Tell us who it is, Tariq. Who is they so we could go get them? So we know who's our enemy. They. The boogeyman. He basically said the boogeyman.
These people, anything that's going to be about restorative justice for foundational black Americans, they know these people are going to crash it out. They know these non-FBAs, they don't have no lineage-based ties to us or our struggle. You know, Westmore, his family's Jamaican. So they don't have the same generational trauma, the direct connection to the reparations claim, the ancestral ties here. So they can easily dismiss or deprioritize our policies without any type of internal conflict. And these,
I want y'all to listen to this dumb shit Tariq just said again. Because you got to be absolutely stupid to listen to this and not see the fallacy in this dude's reasoning.
He's his family's Jamaican. So they don't have the same generational trauma, the direct connection to the reparations claim, the ancestral ties here. So they can easily dismiss or deprioritize our policies without any type of internal conflict.
And this is where Tariq's ignorance is at its highest level, and the ignorance of the people following him is at its highest, at the height of ignorance. Jamaica had slaves. What are you talking about? The Jamaican plantations were some of the worst ever in history, ever. Do you realize that when unruly slaves would get captured or caught, or they would be unmanageable by massa in America, he would send them to the Caribbean slave plantations. That is something that if you went to school for 5 minutes or use Google, the computer in your pocket, that is something called the intra-American slave trade. The intra-American slave trade, also known as the domestic slave trade or the second Middle Passage, refers to the forced movement of enslaved people within the Americas, particularly within the United States. It occurred alongside and after the transatlantic slave trade and continued until slavery was abolished. This trade involved the movement of enslaved people, often from older slaveholding regions to newer ones, disrupting communities and severing family ties. So you could go as a slave from Maryland to Kentucky to Virginia to Georgia to Alabama. You also could go to Barbados, right here. The Inter-American Slave Trade Database documents various voyages and routes, including those from Jamaica to Cartagena, from Barbados to South Carolina. Come on, guys, this is the history. This is who you are. Don't let some damn fruitcake with a damn man weave steal your history. It says it right there under database documentation. The Intra-American Slave Trade Database documents various voyages and routes, including those from Jamaica to Cartagena and from Barbados to South Carolina, as well as movement within the United States. Guys, you don't know where nobody is from. You got kinfolk probably all over South America and the Caribbean. Not probably, for sure. Because what happens if old Justifius, or say Slave Brandon, I'm a slave. All right, man, I'm over here. You know me, I'm going to knock down some hoes. You know, that's what I do. I'm going to knock down some chicks on the plantation. 4 of them is carrying my baby now. They use me as a big old breeding buck. But one day, Massa step on my foot and I knock his ass smooth out. Now Massa is like, oh no, we getting rid of this nigga. And then the next one he sent me to, I'm a part of a slave rebellion. And they like, yo, he gotta go. They say, you know what, this dude acting up. We didn't heard about him. We don't want him around here. Now the slaver get me and say, you know what, bro? We gotta move. We gotta relocate this nigga. Let's send him out to the Caribbean. Let's send him down to South America. And you will just get passed along. You will just get passed along because you know once Britain outlawed slavery, you know that the islands, they couldn't get slaves from Africa. because the British Navy would blow their ships up. They would burn their ships and arrest them. So if you had a plantation in the Caribbean or South America and you needed slaves, you had to, a lot of times, get those slaves from the United States, where we had a large number of slaves and we were still smuggling slaves into the country, right? Because if we just fought a war of independence with Britain, they really can't fuck with us on the water because we had treaties with France and all these other places. So they didn't mess with our ships, right? So we were the last country that could like bring some slaves in. Understand that. So what I'm telling you is when Tariq starts this lie up, telling you, oh, they don't got the history and da 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 da. He is literally, his whole scheme requires you to be so dumb and ignorant and lazy that you are unwilling. You are unwilling to do a little tiny bit of research so you could believe this nonsense. Westmore is just as much a Black American descendant of slave as you are, maybe even more. Westmore is more of an FBA than you will ever be, probably. Oh, foundational Black American. Hey, ain't there two Americas? South and North? So which one is it? Isn't Canada in the Americas technically? Yeah. North America. It's just stupidity at its best. And this is why literally no one who is educated, who like is honest and educated, takes Tariq seriously. He's just dumb. This fool didn't even graduate from high school. So I understand why he says the stupid shit that he says. But many of the people listening to him have graduated from college and still submit their minds, their brains to this idiot.
And these people, they love exploiting the first Black optics. Because Wes, he was talking about, I saw somewhere he was talking about the first Black this and the first Black senator there and the first Black that. They love talking that. That's a nothing burger. That's a damn nothing burger. White institutions, they love to promote that, the optics of diversity, without addressing systemic harm. See, foundational Black Americans, we want to talk about our lineage and what was done. Non-FBAs like Westmore, they put them in as the symbolic first, the first Black governor, the first Black CEO. And that's to basically pacify demands without delivering substance. And then they use their ethnicity as a shield while withholding tangible benefits and tangible justice for foundational Black Americans. That's why with Obama, the first Black president, Kamala Harris, the first Black female vice president, all that old bullshit. And they make sure that these people do not come from our lineage.
This man, Westmore, comes directly from our lineage. Westmore comes directly from our lineage. Any Jamaican or Caribbean in America comes directly from our lineage. Same tribes, same blood, same DNA. Maybe a little less white DNA, if any. This man just get up here and tell wholesale lies to people because he knows you won't fact check. He knows, he knows that you want to hate. You want to feel special. He knows that you're a very average, mediocre person who will do anything to feel special, even if it means destroying your relationship or sowing division among your Black people, your own people. Even if it destroys you, you want to be the only special token Negro. So you can say to the white man, look, massa, it's just us now, just you and me. The way, just like the old days. That's what these fools want. They literally are attacking black immigrants so that they could be the white man's special nigga. They won't say nothing about the white folks. They won't go at them at all. When the last time y'all seen FBA go after somebody white? I'll wait. They won't say nothing at all about a white person. But they see another black person. Why that nigga up on that nag? Just like Steven and Django. Just like Steven and Django. Y'all call me Uncle Ruckus. Tariq is the real Uncle Ruckus. He has a hatred. Shout out to my boy Truth884. Y'all don't forget about the raffle. You entered into the raffle by contributing a $5 donation to the stream, whether it's Cash App or Super Chat or PayPal or PayPal. Okay, so who's really the Uncle Ruckus? Who's the coon? Who's the Sambo? I don't see no Africans talking about derogatory names for Black Americans. Oh, they calling us Akata. They call each other Akata. That's like saying, hey, they calling us nigga. We call each other niggas. This guy is literally preaching xenophobic hatred based on absolute lies about our history. What up, G? Unmute your mic, G.
What's going on?
What up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking. Yeah. Hey, Brandon, I might be off. I am off topic. But did you mention anything about South African whites coming to the Americans?
No, but I'll cover it.
How do you don't want to answer right now?
You going in and out. Say that again. Yeah, your signal is bad. Your signal is bad.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You want to answer that? You want to answer that
Nah,
later
you messed
show, or?
No, you messed up. I'll do it on the show tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
I got you. Don't worry.
I just.
All right, peace. Okay, so basically, yeah, it's just always a bunch of excuses, but it all boils down to hatred of other Black people from different places. And even though I don't agree with that, I could at least respect what he's doing if he was actually doing something. What are y'all getting out of tearing down Westmore? Okay, let's get rid of Westmore. It reminds me a lot of the audience of No Jumper. No Jumper screams that Adam, the owner, is racist because he's white, right? But whenever Adam brings on a Black host, the whole audience hates that Black host. And the other Black men in the building conspire to get rid of that person. But then they'll all say Adam is a racist. It's just like Cookie Lover said. It's always about the white man's crumbs. He gets disgruntled over it. That's what a lot of these Black so-called men are obsessed with. They want to fight with you over the crumbs that drop off the table of white supremacy under the guise of fighting white supremacy. You ain't fighting white supremacy. You're trying to fight me. You want to kill me so you could get the crumbs that fall from the table of white supremacy. That's really what this is about. And you want me to tell you what's so funny about the stupid shit that FBA is doing? Soon as, let's say they did succeed, which they won't, but let's say they did succeed in getting rid of African and Black immigrants. All they would do is turn around and turn on each other. and start dividing themselves up even more within their own ranks. They already divided. You got ADOS, then you got FBA, then you got in Cobra, then you got all these other bullshit, Moors, Hebrew Israelites, Nuwapians, Nations of Islam, all this stuff. That's exactly what they're good. That's what's going to happen. If they were successful in getting rid of black immigrants, they would then start turning on each other and fighting with each other, dividing themselves up even more, because it's all about eliminating competition for the crumbs of white supremacy. If I get rid of him, Massa will be able to see me better. Massa ain't thinking about you. These white folks is worried about how they're going to keep their economy number one in the world. They worried about their economy. You worried about their economy. Actually, you worried about the crumbs that's falling from their economy. And you get mad at other groups because those groups are worried about their own economy, their small communal economy. You don't care about your community. You gave up your community. You gave up your businesses, your economy. You gave up your sports leagues. You gave up your music that you created, hip hop and all that. You got nothing left to give. So now you're trying to give up you sacrificed your children to the idea of getting in close with white folks. You let them put abortion clinics all up in your neighborhood. You got black women talking about the black community is overpopulated. Y'all saw that shit on Instagram where that ugly ass black lady is talking about, oh, the black community is overpopulated and Planned Parenthood is a good thing. So we've sacrificed our kids to this idea of being a brother in a brotherly or in the bosom position of white folks. Now we don't got nothing left. Now we're trying to sacrifice our fucking identity. That's all we got left. Our blackness is all we got left. And we're trying to give that away in an effort to get closer to white supremacy. This white supremacy y'all supposed to be fighting. Malcolm, who was it? Was it Malcolm X? Or was it Amos Wilson? Which one was the one who said it's Malcolm X. We're the only group of people who believe in progress. No, that was actually Dr. Claude Anderson. We're the only group of people who believe in progress through concession. We're the only group of people who believe that the more we give up, the more of who we are we allow them to take or we throw in the dirt, throw in the trash, the more we will be viewed as acceptable to these other groups of people. You might act one way. Get around white folks, you start code switching. I ain't never seen no Indian person or no Mexican or no Asian code switch. That nigga had a broken English when he walked in the door and he had broken English when he walked out. That motherfucker came up in the building smelling like beef jerky. Left out that bitch smelling like beef bulgogi, dude. Musty as an onion. And if you ask him why he's stinking, he like, look, it's the holy month of Visharan, and we don't take baths from sun up to sundown. Deal with it, motherfucker. The Arab, he gonna pray 5 times a day no matter who's in the building. He gonna chant shit to Allah no matter who is in the building. He gonna wake you up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Throat singing to his God. No matter who's in the building. Black folks is the only group of people on earth who are willing to throw off their entire identity to be deemed acceptable to another group of people who couldn't give a damn what they do about what they do. Shout out to my boy CLR for the $4.99 super chat. Shout out to my boy Juggernaut for the $1 holler. Appreciate that. And that is it. Already got Sticks and Stones. And then Mike Larry sent something in the Cash App. Let me Acknowledge my bro. All right, Mike. I see you with the $20 holler. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Okay. But right. So this is, we're the only ones who do that. That we're the only ones who believe that stupid shit. Let's be less of who we are, and that's gonna make them accept us. And while we throwing off our identity, the other groups just walking right past us with their little turbans and their burkas and all that shit on. It ain't about that. America is about what do you have to offer right now. Not slavery. We built this country. You don't hear Italian people talking about, yeah, we built all the skyscrapers. They built most of them bitches. They don't even bring that shit up because it's irrelevant. The skyscrapers is up. A bunch of them got tore down, and Mexicans is building that shit back up now. What do you offer America other than crime and constant complaining? And it ain't all of us, but it's enough of us to where people are looking at all of us a certain way because what so many of us do. That's what we're dealing with right now. That is what we're dealing with right now. There are enough of us doing bullshit to where bullshit is becoming synonymous with who we are. People are starting to get fed up. These Negroes is just criminal minded. They just criminal minded. That's all they want to do. Well, I'm not like that, but damn, you're raising your kids to be like that. Well, I didn't do that. Yeah, but you're defending the person who's doing it. You're defending the degenerate behavior. Well, I don't steal. Yeah, but if your kid get caught stealing, you ready to jump on somebody. You're ready to jump on somebody to defend their criminal, degenerate behavior. So even though you might not necessarily be doing it, you're defending it, which makes you just as guilty. You ready to go out and die for somebody who don't give a shit about their own life and damn sure don't care about your life. There's only one thing in this world that you should never be willing to sacrifice. Two things: your integrity and your reputation. And Negroes just throw their reputation in the street and let it get ran over by a big rig defending anybody. Bro, we out here defending a dude who killed a police officer with his car because his no good degenerate son was stealing cars and murdering people and decided to run away from the police and then point his gun at the police and got killed. This fool went, crashed out, killed a retired police officer, and Negroes is defending him. He's a hero. He's okay. If he's so much of a hero, would you let him spend the night at your house? How about this? Would you leave his son at your house without you being there? Hell no. It's like white people who try to who claim that they advocate for immigrants, but they would never let an immigrant stay at their house though. You love immigrants so much that you wouldn't dare let an immigrant step foot in your damn house. It's ridiculous. And it needs to stop. Right, body butter plug? Facts. Hell no. But we'll get out here and get in the street for them. We'll dig way down deep in our pocket to give them some money that we ain't got. Why? Because we wish we could be them. We wish we could be hopeless degenerates and not be held accountable for it. That's what this is about. I think deep down in the mind of some of these black folks, it's like, If I wasn't such a scary ass bitch, I would be out there right with them, robbing people and shooting people. The only thing that stopped you is fear. Yeah, B man, you're right. White folks have a pic of Nick's smiling on postcards. Change is inevitable even for the worst of dictators. He knew his son didn't have a job and didn't question how he made money. Exactly. He knew what that boy was doing. He knew what that boy was doing. It's a lot of parents like that out here. In their eyes, their kids are precious little angels. Your kid a whole serial killer. But to you, he's a precious angel. No, he's a degenerate thug who got what he deserved. And you're going to get what you did. Well, you're not going to get what you deserve because you deserve a damn firing squad. And that's where we're going wrong. That's where we're going wrong.
Because if you bring these people in from our lineage, we got to talk about what this first really means for the lineage.
But here's the problem. Westmore, listen, look how stupid this shit is. Westmore is the problem. Not all these violent Pookies and Ray Rays, Pookishas trying to bust checks, all this mess. They're not the problem. This guy right here, this respectable black man is the problem. We just totally backwards. Westmore, the governor of Maryland, is the problem. But Pookie and Pookisha are not an issue. Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Are you really that dumb that you're gonna let Tariq sit up here and trick you out of your common sense? Oh, we gotta worry about how it affects the lineage. Negro, please, we worried about not getting robbed when we get out of our car by somebody who look like us. I ain't worried about no damn Westmore. Reparations ain't happening, fool. We already know that. Westmore did what he was supposed to do. Eliminate all stupidity and force Negroes to stand on business.
And what we've gone through to get a person here, bringing in a tether, that's kind of a slap in the face to our lineage because they know these tethers are not going to bring justice for the lineage. You understand? They know that these people are going to have no problem avoiding lineage-based benefits. And they know that these people are going to prioritize immigrant agendas over foundational Black American needs. Westmore loves caping for other immigrants. His fellow immigrants, he bends over backwards for them. Boy, you go on his Twitter, he's talking about DACA and all of that stuff. But he vetoes our shit. You understand? And
what are you talking about, Tariq? Black people are over here caping for immigrants. I don't got no negative energy. This is positive energy. You should feel refreshed right now, B-man, because for an hour and a half, you got to sit up under a voice that's not spewing pure ignorance and degeneracy. As a matter of fact, I invite you to come up and tell you what's negative. Tell me, I will send you $50 on Cash App if you come up here and tell me one negative thing I said. Come up here and tell me one negative thing I said. Black people need to do for self. Black people need to stop listening to con artists and letting con artists determine their political agenda. Black people need to stop tearing down other Black people who have worked hard to have success and who are in positions of power. Black people need to stick together and stop letting con artists break us up and divide our community so that they can make money. Black people need to address the degenerate criminal element within our community instead of ignoring it until white folks and everybody else got to address it. And then we got to go march and cry and complain. That's 5 positive things I said. Now, if you just too damn ignorant and dumb to pick up on what I'm saying, Just say that, and I'll say it again in a way that a 5-year-old could understand. But you're not going to sit here and tell me that I'm preaching a message of negativity. When as a Black person, to be born in our community, you are born into a negative environment. Because everyone around you is looking at you based on what you can do for them versus looking at you based on what they can do for you. No. You're ignorant. That we gonna find common ground. You're ignorant because I just told you this whole thing. What's the solution? Not allowing these things to happen to you. All you got to think is if he's telling me don't let grifters and con artists swindle me and decide my political agenda, what does that mean? That means I need to be researching. I've given you quotes. I've given you everything. If someone hand you $100, they don't got to explain to you what to go buy. If you hungry or you got something you want, I want a TV, and I hand you $300 or $500, do I need to walk you up in the store and be like, oh, here go the TV section? Nah. I hand you the $100, you know how to do the rest based on what you want. If you hungry and I give you $20, you're going to go buy food. What do you want? Now, what's the best way to get it? That's the solution. How does what you're doing help you get what you want? Hey, come up here. Click that link. I want you to come up here. I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you some questions because you're grown now. I can't tell you how to think. How does what you want, how does what you're doing now help you get what you want? If a dog want a bone, he goes sit at his owner's feet and start wagging his tail and licking his tongue out and whining. If a dog wanted a bone and he went and jumped in front of traffic, would that be conducive to him getting a bone? Even a dog understand that. And that's what Black folks got to start doing. Start doing the things that lead to you getting what you want versus sitting up doing stuff that don't get you nowhere. Where is begging for reparations? Where has it gotten you in the past 7 years? If it ain't got you nowhere in 7 years, it's probably not going to get you nowhere in 10 years. If it ain't got you nowhere in 10 years, it's probably not going to get you nowhere in 20 years or 30 years or 40 years. 100%. Listen, guys, I'm telling you, these FBA people, they know that they don't got no solutions. They know Tariq is lying to them. That's why they won't click the link. They can't tell you what Tariq has planned for. He's already rearing up for another reparations rally. They just following. They're not thinking. They're just like, Tariq say, raise your right hand. I'm going to raise my right hand. He's pulling strings. B-man, listen, you losing all your credibility. You won't click the link. You want to argue from the comments. And we know why you're doing that. We know why you're doing that. You're doing that because you can't articulate the nonsense that you're choosing to believe. I got it. There goes the StreamYard link. You want digital hugs? I don't give a damn about white people at all. At all. Fuck them. I don't care about white folks. That doesn't mean I won't work with a white person to get something that I want as far as like making money and shit. Half of us work for white folks. Man, Juggernaut, y'all not doing shit. Listen, you can get as organized as you want to. How much money you raised up? Because to get reparations, you're going to have to give a politician, you're going to have to hand out about $1 billion in donations to get $5 billion in reparations. I'm just keeping it real with you. Money talks. Bullshit and petitions walk. That ain't nothing. The Mexicans, the Latino advocacy groups have given almost $1 billion to political candidates just this past 2 years. Almost $1 billion. You haven't even gave 5 million, and you think somebody about to give you something. The rules of the game has changed. The rules of the game have changed. And either you change with it or you're going to get retired. We're going over to this. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Hakeem, if you still in the building, what was the one where he was talking about Pan-Africanism? He was like, don't come at me with no Pan-Africanist stuff, all this. He really went on the attack against Pan-Africanism. He was so mad. I think it's this one. Oh, right here. I got it. Because he understands Pan-Africanism is the biggest threat to his con. You got black folks over in Africa, black Americans, building, making money. He don't want FBA to see that. Because even amongst the ignorance of FBA, money talks and bullshit walks. If you tell an FBA, hey, I got a plan that can get you $300,000 a year in Africa, they're gone. They're about to go do it. That's why Pan-Africanism is his enemy, because it is exactly the opposite of what he's telling you to do. But this actually yields results. This actually yields results. You go to Africa, Africa is building. Sticks and stones, you saw that. All types of apartments and buildings is being built. Go to the black community, show me what's being built. Go to the FBA, let's call it FBA. Let's go take a walk through the FBA community and let's see what's being built. Nothing. Abortion clinics. That's it. Abortion clinics and dialysis centers. Let's be real. Sticks and stones say high-rise luxury. Facts. Let's be real. The only thing opening up in black communities in America right now are what? Abortion clinics and dialysis centers. So they can keep you alive long enough to make a couple of million off you when you knock out your liver drinking lean, cough syrup, and when you knock out your kidneys smoking meth. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. And I told you guys, once Donald Trump got reelected, I told you this shit was going to start. I told you, if you follow this channel for any significant amount of time, I told you, once Donald Trump gets reelected, that's when we are going to start to go back into psychosis, cult, groupthink, and degeneracy. And like clockwork, that's what happened. Y'all thought Joe Biden was the Messiah. Y'all thought he gonna deliver us from all. He messed up and Trump got elected. We got to retreat back into our delusion. We got to retreat back into Hebrew Israelite, retreat back into Nuwapian, retreat back into FBA, retreat back into ADOS, retreat back into feminism. All that nonsense. That stuff ain't doing nothing for you but breaking your damn pockets. You'll be better off going to the club. Let's tap into this video. Listen, Pan-Africanism is Tariq Nasheed's ultimate enemy because it is truly the movement, the ideology that truly sheds light on his con.
Protesting them, this is why you got to sit certain things out. I know you want to use this as an opportunity to do some tether white ass kissing, but just kind of sit it out. By the way, Musani, what part of Nigeria are you from?
I'm an American, man. You don't have
What
to
part of Nigeria
pay
are you
the attention,
from?
man.
What part of
I'm only talking about what I know, and you say you know
what
everything.
part of
Other
Nigeria?
people,
What part of Nigeria are you from? Huh? But you were an American. You immigrated here fresh. You sound like you just got here. You just jumped off the plane with your lips puckered, looking for white ass.
yes, you may be sure about that, but that doesn't mean you can relegate me because you think you speak more better than
Yeah,
me. All
because
I'm
you
saying
come
is
over. This is what I'm
we
saying. Family, don't ever come to me with no Pan-Africanism. You see what we're saying, family? Don't come to me with no goddamn Pan-Africanism talk. This is why. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, Pan-Africanism is dead as damn hell. Listen to this tether. Boy, these tethers hop off a plane. Hey, what you niggas, Kyle Rittenhouse, leave him alone. They come over here ready to protect white mommy, white daddy. And then y'all wonder why we thrown Pan-Africanism in the damn trash bin.
Mr.
So Pan-Africanism is in the trash because Kyle Rittenhouse killed 2 white people. See, even when Tariq talks, he exposes his affinity for white folks. Bro, what did Kyle Rittenhouse do wrong? Kyle Rittenhouse didn't kill nobody black. He killed 2 white guys. Well, he shot one and killed the other one. What the hell does that have to do with Pan-Africanism? It's just, let's try to, this is what these people do. And they're very clever. They're very slick. What they do is they take something that black people are ignorant on and have given a negative association, and then they try to attach Pan-Africanism to that, even though the two things are totally. See, it always comes out. I told you this Negro was ignorant. He killed 2 unarmed protesters. This is a lie. This is 100% a lie. Kyle Rittenhouse he shot 2 people. One of those people pulled a gun on Kyle Rittenhouse. The other one attempted to hit Kyle Rittenhouse in the head with a skateboard as he was running from them. And then he shot them and killed them. So they were unarmed. Dude, the freaking guy, actually, the guy who pulled out the gun actually lived, but the other 2 attacked him too, and he killed both of them. The man who pulled out the gun testified on the stand, the gay guy, right? He literally testified that he pulled the gun on Kyle Rittenhouse. Here you go. He drove around across state lines or as a teenager. That's not illegal. I'm waiting for you to tell me, B-Man, what he did that was illegal. Killed some people, attacked him as he was running from them. You don't know what you're talking about. You have no clue what you're talking about. You're going to keep trying to argue, further exposing that you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Also, you could feel good about just not, but then you want to say, what's the solutions? Why would I waste telling you a solution when if I tell you a solution, you are so brainwashed that you will find a way to make that solution not real, to discredit it. You didn't brainwash yourself into believing shit about Kyle Rittenhouse that ain't even true. Stuff you could easily watch in the Kyle Rittenhouse video. That's what I'm telling y'all. These dudes are too lazy. Tariq knows these dudes well. I'm telling you, this dude, he clicked this video because it had Tariq name in it. But Tariq knows these dummies well. He literally knows they will never do research. They will never do research. And they'll just jump to, oh, this is what the news said. This is what the news said. You don't even know what you're talking about. But let me help you. This is the first solution. This is the first solution. I'm going to explain to y'all what the first solution is. The first solution is to educate. Now, I'm going to educate this man. Watch this dude continue to spread the same lie that he just was talking. This person doesn't want to learn. That's a lot of black people. They don't want to learn. They don't care about the truth. And once someone has decided they don't care about the truth, what can you really do with them? So, look, I'm going to play you the Kyle Rittenhouse video. What you're going to see first is Kyle Rittenhouse is running away. He ain't fighting. He ain't shooting. He's running. That's the first step of self-defense. Well, did you try to get away? Yes. Yes. Yeah, I can't educate you. Your mama and your daddy didn't educate you, so I'm going to. Your father didn't teach you how to be a man and be honest, so I'm going to teach you how to be a man. I'm going to teach you how to be a man because your daddy couldn't. It don't matter. This is dragon. What are you talking about? CLR. What are you talking about, CLR? Define dragon. No, I'm educating. I'm educating. This man said, what's the solution? Education is the solution. When you leave here, everybody in here, when they leave here, will have 119 people who know the truth about Kyle Rittenhouse, so black people can stop using that lame-ass excuse that Tariq is using to brainwash people. Oh, well, leave Kyle Rittenhouse alone. Well, if they say that, they got some sense. If you speak against that, that means you don't have sense. Education. Kyle Rittenhouse is running away. Up, I see a white guy trying to swing on him. Up, he hit him. Whoa, he hit him. Based on Negro logic, if somebody even touch you, you at that point have the right to kill them. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? That's what black people say. Based on Carmelo Anthony, black people told me if somebody put their finger on you, you have the right to slaughter them right where they're at. So right here, based on Negro logic, Kyle Rittenhouse had every right to kill this dude. If we're keeping him accountable according to the rules of Carmelo Anthony. So the guy runs up behind him and hits him in the back of the head. What's this? Hit him in the back of the head. He's still running. He didn't turn around and kill nobody. Now look, in this frame, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people chasing this boy. This boy 15 with 5 people chasing him. He falls on the ground. He trips and falls because they own him. They caught him. The guy knocks him down. He trips and falls. First guy, this guy with the black, he tries to jump and stomp on Kyle Rittenhouse. Got shot. Boom. I love this dude. This dude should have been in an action movie. This was so awesome. That guy tries to stomp him. Bro shot his ass. Another guy comes with the skateboard. You see the guy with the skateboard? You see the guy with the skateboard right here? He came and tried to hit bro with that skateboard. Boom, got his ass shot. This guy bam, that dude tried to take the gun and got shot. Now, the other guy backs up. Okay, y'all thought y'all had one. Y'all thought y'all was gangster. But nobody's going to talk about how Kyle Rittenhouse started running because another guy pulled a gun on him. Exactly. Kyle Rittenhouse ran. He used his feet first. They chased him down. They hunted this dude down and tried to kill him. But I'm wrong. The tethers are wrong. Now listen, I told you guys. Didn't I tell you? I know black folks. This dude is a straight sympathizer. I don't know Kyle Rittenhouse. So guys, this is real. I'm gonna just play it straight through. This man is being chased. This 15-year-old boy is being chased by a crowd of men, and I'm a sympathizer. They're chasing him. Look at all these dudes. Look at all these dudes chasing him. I'm a sympathizer. Boom, shot his ass. Shot his ass. Yeah. Bam, shot his ass. You better. You're just a coward. That's what this boils down to, y'all. Only the cowards see something wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with what he did. Any man would say, nah, they was on, bro. Let me ask you, B-man, what you gonna do if 5 dudes is chasing you down the street? What you gonna do? We know what you gonna do. You gonna offer him the one that stink and the one that wing, dude. We know that's what you gonna do. Yeah, it's all negative. No. There's never anything negative about being a damn man and telling the truth. The truth is never negative. The Bible says that the truth will set you free. But see, that's why Black people are mentally enslaved, because we've been taught to love and embrace lies. We've been taught to love and embrace lies. The Bible says that anyone loving a lie will not inherit God's kingdom. Black people love lies. Black folks will get on the internet, lie to your face, and when you expose them, they'll say, I was just trolling. I'm telling you. Yeah, they want to steal his gun. This is what I'm telling you. And so when Tariq says stupid, well, leave Kyle Rittenhouse alone. Tariq, shut your bitch ass up. Because when somebody threatened your house with a bomb threat, you called the white man. They threatened me with a bomb threat. Be a man. Go look for the bomb and find it. He's a coward that calls the white man when he's scared. And then running into his basement and try to talk high power like he gangster. I'm not buying that crap. Common viewer. The Bible also says a prideful spirit will drag a man down, but a humble spirit will lift him on high. Right. But who's being prideful? The only prideful people I see is FBA. A bunch of people acting like they better than everybody, but begging. Now, I got smoke for everybody. I just did a video yesterday about Cassie, bro. Shut up. I definitely got smoke for FBA, though. I definitely got smoke for Tariq, too. Because you guys are the problem with the Black community. Preaching hate and division. Preaching pure hate and division. And then you trying to call everybody else negative. Negative because we won't let you put a battery in our back based on lies and deception. Negative because we won't get over here and hate other people who look like us and share our blood. You sound like a fool. I got a few donations tonight. It's people who get on here and lie all day. $100 donation, $100, $200, $300 donation. I got a few donations and I'm giving y'all 2 hours of content. With enthusiasm, bringing up real talking points. And you're trying to make money off of this. Ain't no damn money. I live in California. This apartment costs $3,200 a month. No, B-man, you're old. You're gonna die a coward, like a dog in the street. That's what's gonna happen to you. You're gonna die an ignorant coward who can, in your last breath, you're gonna say, damn, well, at least I got to follow a damn con artist all the way till the day I died. And that is the future for all of us. If we don't just wake up. Wake up. No one's forced you to believe this shit. You have insecurity. And Tariq plays on that. He knows you don't believe in yourself. He knows many black people think they only as good as what the white man will do for them. And he plays on it. He gets rich off of it. That's the reality. That's the reality. He knows you have a high level of insecurity, self-hate, and self-doubt. And he literally pushes your buttons like an ATM machine and extracts money out of you. Listen, there's never been a group of people that were lost who someone brought a true message to them and they said, hey, you know what? This person's right. Let's just do it this way. The message is delivered. Then when they hit rock bottom, that's when they finally realize, sometimes years, decades, centuries later, that's when they finally realize the truth within the message. You guys hate Pan-Africanism because Pan-Africanism is everything you don't believe you can be. That's what this is really about. I know it sucks to admit that, but Pan-Africanism is everything you don't believe you can be. We go, like that DMX song say, some niggas make moves, but niggas like us make it happen. Everything Garvey said we could do, we're doing it. We're doing it. The FBA ancestors, y'all ain't doing nothing they taught y'all. All the game our ancestors gave us, FBA threw that game in the trash and said, we about to get the white man to give us something. Your ancestors, I don't think I'm him. I don't think I'm him. I've succeeded where Garvey failed. All of us have. And I believe Marcus Garvey would be proud of that. Because people don't teach you so you could stay behind them. People teach you so you could go out and do better. You can be the next leg of the race. Imagine you in a race and somebody hands you the baton, but they still want to keep running, but they trying to run in front of you. No, the baton is passed so that you can go further. The baton is passed so someone else can cross the finish line. And the person who passes the baton, they take pride in the fact that they were able to be a part of the victory. That's what's going on here. That's what's going on here. No one's passed. Listen, our ancestors, as far as Black Americans, I'm Black American, are concerned, they passed the baton to us. You guys failed. You instead of looking at what they did and achieving more than they did, you basically just accepted this idea. We can't do nothing. We need the white man to give us something. We need the white man to give us something. Nah, man, you can achieve great things if you stop being mentally lazy. Nah, I ain't dropped nothing. Marcus Garvey ain't never owned a single piece of land in Africa. I own a bunch of looking everything.
And this is Kahindi.
And Kahindi. What is this? Okay, so this is Ali. This is Kahindi.
Ali, and this is my friend is Kahindi.
And what is you guys' job for the OAP?
We're always here watching all the shamba. No one came here inside to this property.
Right.
So guys, come back, make a fence, nice fence here, will be wonderful, and the shamba is still nice.
We got these guys overlooking everything.
And this is Kahindi.
And Kahindi's like, we're sending Kahindi first and everything to make sure we don't get bit by snake. But he knows where and this is Amos with the yellow shirt. Look at Amos looking fresh with the sunglasses. Now, this is where the ignorance is going to start. This man said, we are the most powerful Black people on earth. Powerful people don't beg people for nothing. If you are that powerful, why do you need to beg the white man for reparations? Why do you need to try to bully Black continental Africans and Black Caribbeans who come to America. You can't say you powerful while you begging and bullying. That don't even add up. This is where we, guys, what do we learn? What is cognitive dissonance? Cognitive dissonance is when you have when you try to entertain two opposing ideas at the same time. Like this guy. We're the most powerful black people on earth, but we need to go beg white people for reparations. That's called cognitive dissonance. If you were as powerful as you say you are, you wouldn't have to beg anyone for anything. You would literally be like, you know what? We don't even want nothing from you. We gonna work and get what we want. That is cognitive dissonance. Meanwhile, my employees right here, they're working for what they want.
From Malindi, the owner of Mona Transfer Services. If I to be touring in Malindi and Marafa, Shamba, everywhere, this is your solution here.
This is the first person you call when you need to get somewhere in Malindi. Reliable, quick, efficient.
Professional driver.
Professional. You could tell by the sunglasses. He's a professional.
I'm a professional driver, Ali.
Yes.
Everyone know me.
And if you need to come to the Shamba and I'm not around, Ali's your guy. He's the one who's going to get you here, facilitate all the logistics for you, and make sure you get where you need to go.
Andy and his wife knows me. Mama Jennifer, Janelle, and Brandon is the major friend.
Everybody knows this guy, Amos. Everybody knows Amos. Everyone knows.
Brandon is a Kenyan guy now. He's not an American guy.
Not anymore.
Brandon is ours.
Give him a citizen very soon.
Citizen. Now, imagine if I was like you, B. Imagine if I was like, I'm going to beg my way to the top. You truly believe that the white man is going to collapse his economy by giving black folks $17 trillion. It's just, it boggles the mind. Like, let's just work. They probably somewhere in California, you funny as hell, life's challenge. But let's just do the work. I'm ready to do the work. What y'all ready to do? I'm ready to get cracking, and I'm getting older. Because when I got 35, bro, I said, you know what? Black folks ain't trying to do shit collectively. We got to do it ourselves. I got to do it myself. I got on my stuff, and I made it happen. But this is B-Man. Show me somebody begging. That's why I love my boy Jason Whitlock. Whitlock may be fat, but he tells the truth. See, y'all hate. See, black folks hate everybody who's honest with them. Everybody who call them out on their stuff. Is this muted? Oh, shoot.
About that. Don't nobody.
I can't believe, but
all this nonsense, homelessness, and all this other.
I can't believe, but
all this nonsense, homelessness, and all this other garbage y'all talk about, police violence and all this stuff. Don't nobody care about that. Don't nobody real care about that. We care about our reparations, and we have to put white people on notice that we want our reparations. That our foreparents and us, we didn't work for free and underpaid and all this nonsense, and the white folks get away with it. And they talk about the great city they're building. No, we want our reparations.
That is a loser's mentality. That's someone that has raised the white flag and quit and has given up and wants to beg and wants to live off of someone else's guilt. That's not a man, that's a coward. He should know better, do better, and be embarrassed.
Now, that's exactly what I said. Y'all said, oh, Brandon, you being negative, you being this. Guys, any man who is a man knows what a coward look like. Any man who worked for what he want knows what a begging ass bitch look like. That's what that guy is. Oh, we don't care about the police force or none of the other shit that makes the city that we live in work. All we care about is reparations. Fuck everything. Give us reparations. This fool don't even know how to beg properly. That's how ignorant he is. And these the people who be whatever that he wants to be. These is his comrades right here. This is who he think he gonna work with to get reparations. Come on now. Come on, anybody. Any man who is a man can see that.
I can't believe black people keep falling for this. What? Reparations. Check out what's going on in California.
I believe that $5 million in reparations is too little for the work that Foundation
Hold up.
Americans have.
I think $10 is too much because y'all was never slaves. I can't get money for pain and suffering my ancestors. Well, a lot of these people that want this money, they broke, man. This is their last hope.
I believe that 7.6 million is a number that can be used very wisely in our foundational Black American
6
community.
million?
40 acres is also still a good idea, and instead of a mule, we would like a tractor. I also believe that we should know the name of all the companies that participated in the slave trade so we, foundational Black Americans, can start up our own companies.
Why y'all asking United States? I mean, shouldn't y'all hold Africa accountable too? Because they captured you and sold you to people who immigrated here. Y'all ain't getting shit. That's the thing. And it's horrible. They got y'all's hopes up. You wrote that damn speech out like something gonna happen. It's just gonna fade away. That was a damn good speech, though. It was the dumbest speech I ever heard in my life. It didn't make any sense. I can't believe, but
everyone is looking at you like you're an idiot. Listen, man, everyone is looking at you like you're an idiot. Ain't nothing. The emperor has no clothes. You think you didn't caught hold of something that make you wise, and you think you so smart. Yeah, we gonna get rubber. People are just looking at you laughing. If Black people are telling you this shit, what do you think white folks is thinking? The one you think you're gonna get the reparations from. You still, it's been 7 years. It's been 7 long years. Y'all can't even tell me the number that you asking for reparations. In 7 years, Black folks haven't even come up with the amount that they want in reparations. We're so lost, we're going to entrust doing the calculations as to how much we should get for reparations. We're going to leave that up to the government. You don't even have a number. That idiot Sandy Darity. Yeah, I'm thinking it's about 15 trillion. So you think that they about to give you half the U.S. economy? Okay. Oh, I'm just showing this because B-Man says, show me a begging.
We have seen billions of dollars that the federal government has given in terms of programs to help advance African Americans and welfare, all of this other stuff. And what has that really done? It hasn't really done a whole hell of a lot to benefit lower income Black communities across the country. And the issue that these communities face is, again, not a political issue. It is a cultural issue. The great Alan West, I was watching one of his videos from my Facebook page yesterday. He basically was debating with this college leftist, and he basically said the fundamental problems in the African American community are not going to be solved by the government. They're going to be solved by the family structure. Why are there no men in the house? Where are the family structure? The federal government has de-incentivized fathers in the household for the better part of the past 40, 50, 60 years. Until you fix that, all of these problems are never going to get fixed.
You don't deserve reparations. That don't mean you don't deserve nothing. You deserve your rent. See, they want you begging for reparations. Master, can I please have my reparations? You finally stopped whooping me. You put the whip away. Can I please have my reparations so I can finally get my stuff together? Please, master. This what you doing. Do the landlord come up to you when your rent is late and be, please, can you pay me? No, that's not how I go down. I need my rent or you can get up out of my house. That's how that goes. Who's in the situation of power when you ask them for rent? And who in the situation of power when you ask for reparations? See, this is what you got to start getting, because they don't want you to be in no situation of power. How do any of y'all act when anybody else owe you money? The one thing that
If you want a YouTuber with over 100,000 subscribers to comment on,
according to you, even with my belief in God, I'm not going to heaven.
Wow.
Tell nobody you ain't gonna work for white people, and then you sitting around with no money in your pocket, a bum. And honest days work kill nobody. I'll dig up garbage if it's gonna feed my wife and my children. Right. I'm not too ashamed to do any kind of honest labor to feed my family. So don't come in here with no chip on your shoulder. I ain't working for no white man. Fine. Then let me find you working for yourself. But anybody in here that ain't working is stealing. We want to know if you ain't working where you get your money from. Because we don't need no more crooks, no more thieves and hustlers and dope sellers and pimps and abusers of people. We had enough of that crap.
Man, listen, we go back in the archives. Farrakhan just dropped a bar. Abusers, hustlers. That's what FBA is. That's what Tariq is. He's an abuser and a hustler. That's what Farrakhan is talking about. Because if you don't work, where are you getting your money from? Oh, yeah, by hustling a bunch of dummies who think that I'm going to show them how to get reparations. Just go back and listen to your ancestor. This boy ain't dead. This man ain't dead yet. But just go back and listen to the old shit. Just go back and listen to the old stuff. They prepared you so you wouldn't be, man, you probably was alive back then. But I guarantee you wasn't following behind Farrakhan or nothing like that. You probably was chasing white women or rolling around doing heroin or something. But I'm being real. A honest day's work ain't killed nobody. You gotta work for what you want. I'll say it again. You have to work for what you want. And there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, yeah. Oh, you talking about the dude from California? What's his name? Santori? What's his name? I forgot his name. Damn, doggone it. What's his name? What's his name, Lord? Y'all probably got it. What's his name, bro? The black bald head fool. Voted against his own bill. His own. That's what I'm saying. These people are just, it's so funny because when you talk to people about the reparations stuff, they'll act like you're dumb and they're so smart and they know this. Oh, they'll act like they figure something out and you just don't get it. Bro, y'all the ones that don't get it. Y'all the ones who really don't get it. Y'all the ones who really are just gone mentally. What is this dude? Oh man, did he get beat? Let me see. Y'all gotta find a new name. Starts with an S. But I'm not seeing him. Wrote California reparations bill. Shirley Weber offered the bill, but it was another guy. Steve Bradford. Steve Bradford is the one. This is so funny, man. I'm gonna show y'all this right now. Stick with me. Stephen Bradford is the one who he helped write the bill and then voted against the bill. He didn't vote against it. He wouldn't motion to have the bill voted on. Neither was Shirley Weber. Right here. Look. I mean, y'all, I don't know if y'all remember this. They had them black folks crying. Y'all was out there crying in the California Capitol in Sacramento. Look, right here. I don't know why this won't work. Okay, there we go. Cool. Look, supporters outraged after California lawmakers killed two key reparation bills. Two bills that would have established the infrastructure for implementing reparations for Californians were effectively killed Saturday. Senate Bill 1403 would have created the California American Freedmen's Affairs Agency, tasked with implementing reparations and determining eligibility. Senate Bill 1331 would have established the fund for reparations and reparative justice to eventually pay for the various forms of reparations. It has to happen if we are going to have meaningful reparations to the people who deserve it. We're 160 years overdue for this, said Senator Stephen Bradford, who authored both bills. On Saturday, Senator Bradford hoped his assembly colleagues would put his two key reparation bills up for vote by midnight, the deadline to pass legislation. Neither of those bills included cash payments for recipients of reparations, and neither of those bills went up for a vote in the final hours of the legislative session, effectively killing them for the year. However, 4 hours before the deadline, an unlikely ally moved to put one of the bills to a vote. Republican Assembly member Bill Asaley, Republican Corona, who opposes cash payments for reparations, ultimately no other Assembly member seconded his motion to bring it to a vote, so his motion failed. So the Republican, y'all hate the Republicans. California run by all Democrats. A Republican saw how the Democrats screwed over their supporters. So he motioned to have the bill voted on. And I know he did it just to needle you guys. I know he did it just to make fun, because he knew. He basically said, look, I'm going to give y'all one motion. Now, first they needed two motions from the Democrats. They wouldn't give none. He gave them one. Just any Democrat, one, could have said, I motion to, then it would have got it voted on. They wouldn't even motion. They wouldn't even bring it up for a vote. In a statement on X, he wrote in part, I believe there should be a debate and a recorded vote on the issue. Politicians cannot be allowed to make promises to the people who elect them and then hide like cowards when it's time to go on record. In the coming weeks, I intend to have meaningful, serious, and productive conversations on this topic. My message to Black Americans is do not blindly support any political party or politician simply because of the letter next to their name. Make them earn your vote. In response, Bradford said, I appreciate all the help that was there. I really believe the votes were there if we had brought it to the floor. I question the motives of some of the individuals who wanted it to come to the floor, but I appreciate the help. Come on, man. In the words of Joe Biden, what more do you need to see that these people are just, it's the carrot on the string. If they give you the carrot, you won't keep pulling them. It went all the way to the front door, and someone came and unlocked the door. But the person who needed to turn the knob and pull the door open just wouldn't do it. I'm an embarrassment because I have common sense. And that is what's wrong with Black America. See, people used to say, Brandon, you practice ageism. No. We have a generation of people in the Black community who are so cowardly and pathetic that they won't. It's like the Bible say. It's like the Bible say. There's this scripture, and we're going to close on this. We're going to close on this, guys. We're going to go back to the good book. We're going to go to the Bible. Okay, I had to get the scripture. Matthew 23:13. This is basically the old civil rights generation. These people are known as like baby boomers, I think. The end of the civil rights generation. What the heck is up with these? Hold on, guys. Hold on. Okay. This is at Matthew 23, but I just want to get the scripture. Hold on. Matthew 23. I want y'all, because when you guys hear nonsense, this is what I want you guys to think about. I want you to always think about this scripture, because Black people, a lot of us have thrown off religion, right? And some of us know how to be good people, and we don't need like the Bible to tell us what to do. But a lot of people, they need religion, because if they don't have religion, they don't know how to live. They don't know how to live. So they need guidance. But I want you to know this right here. This is at Matthew, the 23rd chapter, verses 13. And y'all can see it right there behind me. It says, woe to you, scribes and Pharisees. Now, the old people in our community, we're going to call them, they're the scribes and Pharisees. Hypocrites, like B-Man, because you shut up the kingdom of the heavens before men. Now, we're not talking about the kingdom of the heavens here. We're just talking about advancement, progress, empowerment, all these positives. You shut up the kingdom of heaven before men, for you yourselves do not go in, neither do you permit those on their way in to go in. So people like B-Man, these are what you call gatekeepers. They not going to do what it takes to improve our community. They're not going to do what it takes for us to have empowerment, for us to build infrastructure, for us to have the ability to do for ourselves. But they work every day tirelessly to discredit, humiliate, shame, and bully anyone who is willing to do what it takes. That's like you ask somebody to cook dinner, they're like, I ain't cooking no fucking dinner. And then you say, all right, I'm going to cook dinner, but then they blocking the stove so you can't get to the stove. Get out the way, bruh, so I can do what I'm trying to do. I'm being real. What up, Ali? My bro's in the building. Get out the way, bro. If you got nothing to offer, just shut up then. Because they keep telling you they want all these good things for black people. But when it's time to do the work, they operate as nothing more than a hindrance. All they're doing is making sure you don't get anything done. Because the reality is your success highlights their failure. If you succeed, this is why black people, a lot of black Americans, too many black Americans hate Africans and Caribbeans. Because if they succeed, that puts a chip in that damages the victimhood narrative. That's why they hate Nigerians. Because if the Nigerian becomes a doctor, this idea that, oh, we can't get nothing because of our skin color, it goes out the window. It goes right out the window. So instead of being like, you know what? Let's speak life into our youth. Let's speak life into our community. Let's tell our kids that they can do anything they put their mind to and they can be whatever they want to be. Instead of doing that, you know what they do? They disparage us. They don't support us. They talk down on us. And they make us feel like we are fools for believing in ourselves and our ability to get whatever we want. How do you build a community with a bunch of people like that? I'm asking you. How do you build a community with a bunch of liars? This man sat on here, an old man. He sat up here and lied about Kyle Rittenhouse. He knows what he said was not true, but he just still wants to keep saying lie. I saw another black dude who's still saying Trump said there are fine people on both sides and was saying that about neo-Nazis. But see, you guys want to look at me and say, oh, Brandon, you're doing something wrong. This is one of our main excuses. Well, you don't see that was B-Man's first bullshit. You don't see other people you don't see other races yelling at they people, about this and about that. You don't see other people yelling at they people and doing this and going off on their people. That's a lie. That's a lie. Other people are going at their people. Other people are correcting their people. You just want to say, well, everybody else ain't doing what you're doing because you don't want to be held accountable. But we're going to hold you accountable. We're going to call you out. We're going to shame you. We're going to get downright disrespectful with your ass. Because when you thought you had the upper hand, you had no problem being disrespectful towards us. Let's be real. Let's be real. You thought oh yeah, we could treat these Negroes any kind of way. But then when you when you realized that you were on the wrong side, when you thought you were on the wrong side, then all of a sudden, when you realize you were on the wrong side, now all of a sudden, oh, you disrespectful. I don't give a damn about respect to you because you ain't nobody to respect. I'm being real. Any man that will sit up and regurgitate lies, he threw away his self-respect a long time ago. One thing I will never do, I will never get on the internet and lie. I don't care what anyone says. I will never get on this internet and start lying, purposely misrepresenting who I am. I'm never going to do that. I'm going to play this real quick. Hold on. I want to. I'm trying to find this one clip. It's a clip that I think everybody should really hear, because I'm tired of this narrative, right? Oh, no one's holding their people accountable. No, people are. People are holding their people. Hold on. Hold on. Damn. I just can't find it. I can't even find this. I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to find. There's a video with Tim Pool and Adam Conover, the guy from Adam Ruins Everything, and Adam Conover comes through to Tim Pool's show, and he comes to debate Tim Pool about Donald Trump, basically, right? And Tim Pool's just like killing this guy, because it's clear this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But instead of I found it right here. All right. So basically, this guy comes to debate like about Donald Trump, but then when he starts getting killed, when he starts getting beat in the debate, he just starts like talking like, "Well, I don't know about anything. Like, stop! Why are you yelling at me? Why?" Like, this is what these people do, and I'm bringing up this about Donald Trump, but these people do this type of thing in every walk of their life. They're basically unintelligent people. They try to pretend like they're smart. The minute you call them out on their scam, they start like acting like you're bullying them. But if you didn't know more than them, they would totally try to bully you into capitulating to their narrative. I'm gonna play it.
All of these hoaxes, the very fine people hoax.
I mean, I remember the line. Yeah, they're
never called these fine people.
He said there were very fine people on both sides,
except the neo-Nazis and white nationalists, who should be condemned totally.
He said that.
Holy brother! I
don't live in your bubble, man.
You don't live in the news, dude. Come the on. That's
no. I didn't say I think he did. I just don't know what you're talking about, because I don't like.
Joe
I don't
Biden.
listen to your.
Even Snopes was like, guys,
I don't know why you're shouting at me. I was just asking you to.
So I don't live in your bubble, but I came to your show to debate you about Donald Trump. You don't live in his bubble. You live in your own bubble. Your bubble where if you hear something bad about Donald Trump, you automatically believe it's true. It's the indisputable truth. But it's like that's what these people do in so many things. Like this guy B-Man, he wants reparations, right? But if you tell him, yo, the government ain't giving you 17 million, he's gonna say, oh, well, you're being negative. What? I'm being negative because I'm honest? Oh, yeah, Mike Larry, 100%. Me too. I'm glad I live in an era where people cannot pretend to be smart. Either you know or you know. That's one thing I like about No Jumper. When I say something, and I got a debate coming up against a white supremacist over there too. They fact check that shit in real time. And when you do that, you realize people don't really know anything. A lot of people are just dumb as hell. And they're pretending like they're knowledgeable. And as long as they can get away with pretending to be knowledgeable, they'll keep running the grift. And that's what Tariq Nasheed is doing. He doesn't know anything. He probably couldn't even tell you the capital of the state he lives in, which is California. But he can bullshit. He is a master bullshit artist. Tariq is the type of nigga that recruits you to sell Cutco. You know those knives, and you go door to door trying to sell people knives? That's Tariq. He's a professional bullshit artist. And these idiots, these old idiots, because they so hard up for civil rights, anybody who's literally, there is a certain group of words that you could say and have all these old Negroes eating out of the palm of your hand. There's a certain outfit you can wear. Let me put on a black shirt. Let me put on a black leather jacket, a freaking black hat, one of them little communist caps, and some black glasses, and put on a fake afro. Power to the people, whatever, and start speaking about us being the real Hebrews, the real Israelites. Bro, we'll have 500 people in here watching this. Because black folks, old people like B-Man, they're only obsessed with imagery, buzzwords, and entertainment. You give them those three things, they'll follow you to the ends of the earth. They will follow you to the ends of the earth. You give them those things. But guys, we got to get out of here. Everybody contributed. Shout out to my boy Truth884. Let me enter, bro. Everybody who contributed is entered into the raffle. Now you got one entry into the raffle. But if you contribute again, you'll get another entry into the raffle. So everybody so far has one. I got my boy Mike Larry, Sticks and Stones, CLR, Ella Nuna. I got you. Shout out to Ella Nuna. Thank you so much for the Cash App contribution. I got you on the list for the raffle with one entry. All right. So you guys are all in, all entered to win. I have you written down right here on this notepad. You can't see it from way over there. But don't worry. And I'm going to keep this notepad right here. Let me write raffle. Raffle contestants. Okay, so just follow me until my birthday, July 25th. Subscribe to the channel. You must be subscribed. Follow me to July 25th. Keep contributing. You get more entries to win in the raffle. And I've done this before. We pull up a raffle generator online, enter all the names, hit the spin button, and it spins and randomly selects someone. Okay, so everyone has a equal chance to win. And if you give more donations, I can enter your name into the generator more times, and that increases your chances of winning. Thank you all so much. Titles and first. What do you mean titles and first? What do you mean sticks and stones? Austin. Yeah, I'm gonna link up with Austin when I get out there. Amway head as facts. Amway facts. That's old shit. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I appreciate everything you do for me and this channel. Till the next time, please take care of yourselves. But most importantly, take care of one another.